At 0123 on April 26, 1986, the reactor of Power Block 4 of Chernobyl NPP is destroyed following a series of thermal explosions. The resulting radioactive cloud moves across the European part of the USSR, Eastern Europe, and Scandinavia, eventually reaching America. The consequences of the disaster are so serious that the government is forced to begin evacuating the residents of nearby towns and villages. A 30-kilometer exclusion zone is created to stop residents from returning to the contaminated area. Despite the disaster, the Chernobyl NPP continues to operate. The existence of a power station, as well as the fact that the area is no longer inhabited, leads the Council of Ministers of the USSR to set up a network of secret laboratories in the exclusion zone. June 11, 2006. The exclusion zone lights up with a flash of blinding light as clouds can be seen evaporating in the sky. After a moment of complete silence, a peal of thunder shakes the ground. Most of the government forces guarding the perimeter are killed instantly. 2008. Scientists are still unable to explain what happened. Rare expeditions into the zone usually end in tragedy, with survivors telling stories of mutated animals with incredible abilities roaming the area. According to various estimates, by 2010, the zone is home to between 100 and 300 unknown individuals. They call themselves Stalkers and make their living by collecting anomalous formations known as artifacts, which they sell for considerable sums of money. 2011. Despite military cordons, the Stalker phenomenon is growing in numbers. However, Stalkers travel primarily around the zone's edges, with the center remaining terra incognita. The few attempts to penetrate deeper into the zone have all ended in failure. 2012. A stalker called S.T.A.L.K.E.R solves the secret of the brain scorcher, a man-made emitter that had blocked the way to the center of the zone for years. After the brain scorcher is disabled, all stalkers rush for the center of the zone. Some in hopes of finding a treasure trove of artifacts, others in search of the wish granter.
Seems like everybody's running from something. I suppose I'm one of the lucky ones. I actually know what I'm running from. Some people might call it a midlife crisis. I don't know, call it whatever the fuck you want. All that matters is I am here, and there's no going back. I made it to the zone late last night. I found this guy. I think he calls himself Fanatic. What kind of shit name is that? Whatever, anyways. He rented me a room. Well, at least that's what he'd called it. I suppose I should just be grateful that there is a roof over it. The piece of shit cot I slept on last night is still stained with the blood from the last guy who used it. Apparently, he has no clue how to tie a bandage. I'm not sure he even made it. I'm not even sure that I want to know the answer to that particular question. So I got dressed for the day, then walked out into the cold, dreary light. Scavengers were circling above, just waiting for me to die, ready at a moment's notice to swoop down in and pick my bones clean, ready for an easy meal, just as they had done so many times before. I looked over my shotgun, a Taz 106, a cheap single-barrel 20-gauge hunting shotgun with a sliding breech bolt, or more widely known as the Death of the Chairman. Again, I don't know why. It just is. What do you want from me here?
Hey, you're that new guy, right? You seem pretty new. I'm the deputy leader of this village, along with Wolf. If you'd like, I can teach you some things about zone survival. Make sure you won't die to the first mutant or anomaly you encounter.
You know, I could actually use some help. I'm ready to learn.
Excellent. First, let's teach you how to hunt mutants. There's a small herd of boars on the other side of the road nearby. Now, boars have thick skulls and tiny brains, so the best way to deal with them is to shoot them in the side, or, in a perfect world, right up the butt, from a nice, safe distance. We'll take them out together, but try to keep them off me. They're in heat this time of year.
So I was going on a hunt. Somehow I didn't expect it to be the same as back home.
Hey, take a look to the left up here. That there, that's an anomaly. We call that one an electro. It is a buildup of a large amount of static electricity. Stalkers usually take advantage of the fact that an electrical anomaly such as this can be discharged with any metallic item. They throw in a bolt, dash right through before it charges up again. I typically prefer to just go around. See? There's another one. Throw a bolt at it, see what happens. Notice how the bolt allows you to see the edge of the anomaly. This can allow you to navigate around them better.
Ah, shit! What the hell?
Hey, eyes up. The boars are coming.
Меняю магазин!
Well, that was crazy. What now?
Well done. See if you're nice strong enough to get a few parts off of them. When you're done, let's head to the nearest anomalous zone.
As for our first encounter with mutants, it could have been better. Could have been worse, but could have been better. Now it's time to get elbow deep in their guts and take anything and everything that is useful. So, what's your story, Fanatic? Tell me about yourself.
Fanatic's the name. That's what they call me. I'm basically Wolf's deputy around here. I help out training the rookies for the most part. You know, that can be quite a handful. Teaching them how to shoot with their shoddy guns, telling them where they can and can't go, culling the mutants, keeping them army boys and bandits at bay. There's a lot to do, even so close to the zone's border. But it's enjoyable, you know? Especially when they come back to you with that first artifact, and the glint's still in their eyes. I'm not complaining. I still remember what it is like to be a rookie myself.
More mutants ahead. Son of a bitch! Shit. Just hold up. Give me a second here. So, that time did not go as well. But I was still alive, and I had a sneaking suspicion that things were not going to get any easier from here on out.
Come on, let's keep moving.
And so we trudged on, continuing to look for this anomalous zone. Both my legs were still throbbing in pain from the gashes that the dogs had left. So here it is. They finally made it. I know it wasn't that far, but when you practically lose your legs, God, it really makes it seem so much further. What do you want me to do now, then?
So this pit is full of gravitational anomalies. See that artifact over there? That's just a loaf of anomalous bread. Ignore it. But also in this pit is a jellyfish. And jellyfishes, along with every other artifact, have both positive and negative qualities. It's quite fortunate that one is here. Now let's talk about the equipment you should have for hunting artifacts. It looks like you already have an echo detector. Good. All detectors, while active, register the presence of artifacts and measure the distance to the nearest one. They're a basic requirement for finding any artifacts that aren't just junk. When you hear it beeping, then you know an artifact must be nearby. The more frequent the beeps, the closer the artifact. Unfortunately, this is an old model, can't detect all types of artifacts, but it should be fine for your attempt today. Better models have better detection ranges and abilities.
Okay, not bad.
Okay, now the second tool, a lead container. Do you still remember the talk about the artifacts and their positive and negative qualities? Just about every artifact worth carrying is radioactive these days. The lead container can completely seal the artifact inside, keeping you safe from its radiation, but also preventing you from using its other effects until removed. Without it though, your ass would be glowing and you would die in less than a few hours of carrying even a single artifact. It's quite heavy, but better safe than sorry. If you actually want to use an artifact on yourself, it's best done with a more advanced container. Scientists call them artifact application modules, which will protect you from the rads without blocking its other qualities. Citrovich sells all of this from time to time, but he usually saves the AAMs for more experienced stalkers.
Good to know. This container sure is heavy. Jeez. What next?
Next is a spot of Nemerov. Like I said, almost all artifacts are radioactive these days, and even if you brought a lead container, the anomaly field itself is going to give you at least a little glow. The bottle will help you, let's just say, pass some of the glow out of your system.
Great. Is there anything else?
Oh yes, bolts. Never forget about these little babies before jumping inside any anomalous fields. Throw some around to find your way through the surrounding anomalies. And that's it. That's all I got for you now.
Christ almighty. God, does that man ever shut the fuck up? Felt like I was in one of those damn video game tutorials. And after all of that, he just walks away. Either he was damn confident in my abilities, or he's just given up caring. Knowing if I couldn't make it through this trial, means that I wouldn't make it through the next. Or maybe he's just an asshole. I don't know. Either way, I needed to find my way through these anomalies and get this damn jellyfish. Okay, Son of a bitch! Well, I got out, mostly in one piece, but I was hurting. So I lit a fire to warm up and rest for a bit. Drank some vodka to help pass the radiation. Damn, I didn't feel good. My legs started bleeding again, and I was about to lose what little lunch I had. Oh, God. Okay. I sat down. I just needed to rest for a bit. Yeah, that's all. I'm a frickin' idiot. I forgot to put the jellyfish in the lead container. How could it be so fucking stupid? No wonder I feel like shit. Been lighting my ass up with radiation this whole frickin' time. It was time to head back now. So I decided to limp my way back to Corden for my reward. I had stopped the bleeding in my leg and the radiation poisoning, but the pain and nausea were still there.
Слушаю тебя.
Hey, I got the artifact.
Well, well. I can see you will be an experienced stalker one day.
That sure was something.
You tired? You seem to know the bare basics now. But I've got an extra challenge for you when you're ready.
Not just yet. I think I'll go find Sidrovich, get some meds, lick my wounds for now. My legs had started throbbing again. I clearly needed something more than just a bandage.
Здорово, рад тебя видеть. Ну чё, давай о деле
A
поговорим.
Fresh face? Where have I seen you around here before, Stalker? I'm the guy to see if you need any equipment. You're looking for money. I'm always in need of someone willing to do some dirty work. I look over this camp. All Stalkers are welcome to rest here as long as they stay out of trouble. I warn you, do not mess with the military. I work my ass off to make sure they don't crack down on this place. If you get shot by them, that's on you and you alone. Stalkers should be relatively safe as long as they leave the soldiers alone.
Got it. I'm just here to get some meds. I walked outside, replaced my bandages, popped some pain pills, and headed back to the room.
I deserve the shame. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged. I'm guilty. So sound the alarm. I'm guilty. Guilty as charged.
I started to think back, think through my past. All that led up to me running to the zone. All that transpired since then. Perhaps I deserved this. Penance for my past sins. Or perhaps this is all just meaningless. And I'm just searching for a quick and easy way out. One that doesn't involve me pulling the trigger. Like I said, we're all running from something. No matter what, though, I made it to the zone just like I wanted, and I wouldn't be leaving anytime soon.
Take me away and wrap me up in chains. Take me away, I deserve the shame. I'm guilty, guilty as charged. I'm guilty, so sound the alarm. I'm guilty, guilty as charged.